All right, guys, welcome back. This is going to be a quick video on Playboi Carti. Just finished listening to I Am Music again for the fifth time. 30, 30 songs. So, takes a lot of my day. I need to get a life. But I've come to the conclusion it's a classic album. I'm sorry to break it. It's a classic album. It's a classic album. And when I say it's a classic album, when you look at Playboi Carti's discography, Whole Lot of Red is a classic album. Now, is it a classic album like Ready to Die, Reasonable Doubt, Good Kid, Mad City, Take Care type of classic album? No, but it's a classic album in the sense of more of a 808s and heartbreak. Music changes. Playboi Carti is one of the few artists where his music shifts the direction of where the music industry is going. Now, he won't shift the major big artists, but he shifts the younger culture who the bigger and more mainstream artists look to the younger culture of what's cool, what's popping, what's fire, and they take little bits and pieces of what the younger culture is doing. Thus, you see it in the mainstream. You get what I'm saying? Not only from his style and aesthetic, from the all black fits, the Balenciaga, the oversized black fits, and the Rick Owens and everything that him and his crew and his clique wears. You already see that in the mainstream with bigger artists, with younger kids, the TikTok generation. That's all his influence and the whether it's the lingo, the beats, the style, the ad libs, progression, the type of rapping, the inflections in his voice. You see that trickling down all to the youth. Whether you can call it underground rap, where you can even see certain artists who bubble into the mainstream also take upon it. So this album is the basically the epicenter of what that was, similar to what Whole Lot of Red was. Um, However, the difference between this and a Whole Lot of Red is this actually is a little bit more polished. And you would think, and Whole Lot of Red was more concise of an idea of this rage, gay vampire. Shout out to all the vampies, you know what I'm saying? But the I Am Music shows the more of the range, really, especially from the features like like the Weekend and what Travis brings to the table. Future does his thing. Even the back alleys of Kendrick and Janaiko, which is amazing. It really shows you the progression. So it's like forget the cohesion of it. It's not really a cohesive project. It's more of a not comparing to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, but it's more of a all of this art is thrown onto the wall, and you take a step back and you like, damn, this is a real masterpiece. You get what I'm saying? So that's when I say why I say it's purely artistic. It's purely art, and you have to keep listening to it. The thing about classic albums is they usually never hit right away. When Reasonable Doubt first came out, people did not like it. It became a classic. When Take Care first came out, people hated it. Why is Drake singing? It became a classic. When Illmatic first came out from Nas, people didn't really like it. It didn't garner the attention it should have. It became a classic. So you have to keep going back to it, and you start to find songs and sounds, and it feels it's like the music jumps off the page, the feeling of it. And Playboi Carti is one of the very, very, very few artists that lyrical and just straight rapping ability is doesn't have to be something that's in his chamber. A lot of kids try to mimic and copy Playboi Carti, but they are very unsuccessful because there's very, 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 very few people where lyrics and bars is not something that they even need to have in their arsenal. So a lot of kids copy more of the aesthetic and more of the beat selection and try to mimic the vibes of Player Cardi, and they have some type of success. But because they don't have the rapping ability in their arsenal, they really cannot grow. Their fan base outgrows them. But Cardi's one of the very, very, very few people. Travis Scott, you could even throw into that category, even though Travis does rap a lot on his last project. So that's what makes Cardi stand out. I look at this project, obviously standouts, Evil Jordan, HBA, Crush, Wake Up Filthy, Lie to You with the Weekend. You know, these are all big, big, good credit. I mean, these are some trim. These are some major big songs. These are some standout records that even from a person who's not into the rage crowd would probably listen to and really like. Now, if you are in a rage crowd, then pop out Olympian, Opium Baby, like these are the songs that you would probably love. And if you're from Atlanta, then you would love Sound Like Wheezy, and you would love Baby Boy. Like you would love Walk, like these and Crank. These are more Atlanta sounds, which Cardi's paying a lot of homage to Atlanta. A lot, you know what I'm saying? even with Swamp Izzo, classic. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Swamp Izzo, Atlanta legend. So things I wish Cardi would have featured Ken and Lone on at least one song, all of them together. Just call it featuring Opium. That would have been a moment just to be like, yeah, Opium is here to stay. This is something that is major. I wish he would have did that. Hopefully he can get a song and just kind of like how featuring the Throne with Kanye and Jay is like featuring Opium. Put Ken and Lone on there. That would have been great. But other than that, I don't really have any. I wish he would have dropped that song with him and Drake. That I heard a little snippet of that song. It's like a little R&B kind of. It was fire. I get it, the whole Kendrick thing, so I get it. But that would also have been amazing. But yeah, comment, is this album a classic? Comment your favorite tracks. Let me know. I want to debate y'all what the best tracks on the album are. I really do. I got time. I want to argue with y'all and debate y'all. But this project is great. It's better than a whole lot of red. I think this is Playboi Carti's best project. It is a classic already. And I'm not hyperbolic. I promise you, it's a classic, and it's going to change and shift how music is, especially from the younger generation. And it's going to do the opposite trickle down effect. It's going to trickle its way up. So shout out Playboi Carti, shout out Opium, shout out to the Vamps, shout out to the Atlanta, shout out to the younger generation. This was a really great project. Like, subscribe, bye.